Sygnus, as you know, is fundamentally a non-traditional financing firm, and we cover four business lines, really. We cover investment banking, investment management and wealth management, and tax advisory. Over the last 2.5 years since we started the firm, all our business lines have been growing significantly, and we have been able to carve out a very strong niche and get good recognition for what we have been doing, both in the investment banking space, the tax advisory space, and the investment management space. Our goal as a non-traditional firm is to widen and grow what you call the non-traditional financing. What do I mean? Non-traditional financing is basically channels through which businesses can access capital outside of the traditional space. The traditional space meaning your traditional bank or the capital markets per se. Non-traditional covers private equity, private credit investment, REITs, and other type of non-bank investors. And what we are doing is trying to work with investors. There are a few firms, by the way. DBJ has recently, along with ourselves and a few other firms, set up what you call the Alternative Investment Association of Jamaica, which will again allow us as a group, Sygnus, Proven, Epley, First Rock, entities such as that, to come together and look at how can we drive and make capital more accessible to companies. And the capital that we're talking about is capital from private equity to private credit. Right now, Sygnus is the leader in the private credit space. We have, through Sygnus Credit Investment, we have the largest private credit company in the Caribbean that is focusing on funding medium-sized firms. So what we are planning to do is obviously continue to grow that business, because there's a huge demand across the region in terms of just private credit investment. Private credit investment, just so that we are clear, that basically means customized financing. So this includes things like profit sharing, loans, commodity financing, receivable financing, lease financing, and pref share, a whole wide array of type of financing that the traditional market can't provide. So our view is that if we grow that space and the businesses across the region, our projects are able to access capital through the traditional market and the non-traditional market, then that basically widen the pie and allow them to can invest and grow much faster. So our vision is really to create what you call a complementary source of financing, so that somebody or a company can go to the bank, get the normal bank financing in terms of a term loan, LC, working capital lines, etc. And at the same time, they can come to firms like Sygnus and get lease financing, a preference share, or another type of non-traditional financing, so that they can then pool both of those funds, bank, non-traditional, and grow their business faster. That's really what we are trying to do, sort of at the base of our ambition.
And you think all of that will flourish even in an environment where interest rates from the traditional banks are trending down?
Yeah. No, that should be the case. Think about the largest non-traditional financing or alternative markets in the world is US, Asia, and Europe. And these have been the economic blocks that have grown the fastest throughout the history of mankind. And the main reason for that, from a pure economic point of view, is the accessibility to capital. Capital is just like traffic, right? If you want to get to a halfway tree and you have only one route, you can only drive to halfway tree via Constant Spring Road. If Constant Spring Road is blocked for whatsoever reason, you have a problem. You can't get to halfway tree to do your business. If you could have driven through another route or two other routes to get to halfway tree, then you have a good chance to grow your business even or get your business done even faster. It's the same way capital work. If capital can flow through the traditional channel, which is the banks, the capital markets, and it can also flow through the non-traditional channel to businesses, then businesses have more option, they have greater accessibility, and they can build their business much faster. So this is a win-win for every company and for the society, and that's why we are very committed to this. The large economic blocks, Europe, North America, Asia, they have capital being accessible to businesses through all these channels, and it's our job in the Caribbean to make sure that capital is accessible to firms through all these channels. Small and medium-sized businesses are stand to benefit the most, actually. And as I said, Sygnus Credit Investment is a 43 million US dollar financing company today, and all of that capital over the last 2 years has gone into medium-sized firm. So think about it this way. 2 years ago, before we started Sygnus Credit Investment, there was 43 million US dollars somewhere in the economy that small businesses, well, medium-sized businesses across Jamaica and the wider Caribbean were not able to access. In 2 years' time, these businesses has accessed 43 million US dollar, which is basically 6.5 billion JDOL. So that's what I'm talking about. So it means that within 2 years, a lot of medium-sized firms are able to do something a little bit different and probably a little bit bigger because of a firm like Sygnus Credit Investment than they would have done 2 years ago because they could not access capital. We expect that medium-sized firms and obviously small businesses will become happier. And we have seen as well where traditional banks have also commit themselves to making more capital available to small businesses. So, there's a lot of complementary effort in the finance space, meaning we work very closely with the large banks and large financing groups, and they work closely with us because at the end of the day, we take a particular risk, they take a particular risk, and everyone benefit when you collaborate. At the end of the day, if we help their clients to become stronger, it benefits everyone. So I see a scenario where the efforts of ourselves, the complementary efforts that's going on in the banking space will benefit everyone. Sygnus is a one-stop shop boutique firm. We have a very strong team that offer our clients the opportunity to look at their tax advisory needs. We also do portfolio management on a very discretionary or non-discretionary basis. So, we focus a lot on doing things different. So in that space, we focus on managing portfolio. So we just manage individual portfolio to generate a particular return. So those are some of the exciting things that's going on. And I think the market, as I said, will hear more about our real estate financing company. We have raised the capital already, and we are on the verge of making some investments. We have a very strong pipeline, and once we have executed, we will advise the market so that persons can see what we are doing different.